Yo, what's up YouTube? If you guys missed it, the Dead by Daylight Pax East stream just happened and there was a lot of news revealed, so I kind of want to cover some of it right now. And yeah. So first things first, if you missed it, I'm sure this is what you're here for. The new killer is Springtrap. We are getting a FNAF in DBD DLC. Now, they did not talk about the power or any of the perks yet. We know that there's no survivor and there's a map coming along as well. So the killer is going to be Springtrap. He's going to have his default skin being his skin in game in the FNAF games, presumably FNAF 3, as well as a legendary skin based on the Five Nights at Freddy's movie with Matthew Lillard even doing voice lines for the skin. So, I mean, you can see here, it's Matthew Lillard's face on the animatronics. So it's kind of cool. I think they called it the Yellow Rabbit skin. You can also see in the splash art that he's holding a knife, so anyone who said the fire axe was going to be his weapon, looks like you were wrong. And it is also confirmed that he's going to be called the animatronic. That's going to be his name in game. So let's take a look at the map. It looks like the map is semi-outside, semi-inside, so similar to kind of like Greenville, like the movie theater, like there's an outside portion. Although I'd imagine with this map, the majority of the map's going to be the inside portion. And we can see here that the map's going to be based on the Five Nights at Freddy's 1 video game, as well as it features all the animatronics from that game. They said that it's also jam-packed with a bunch of other Easter eggs, so it's unknown if they're going to feature animatronics from other games, or maybe Balloon Boy, the puppet. We don't know about anything like that yet. They did confirm that there were jump scares on the map. Another thing that they mentioned was that there was going to be a new mechanic regarding survivors' interaction with Springtrap, and one can only assume that this means the survivors are going to have access to cameras. I can't really think about what any other mechanic it might be. I mean, it has to be the cameras. There's not really anything else that they could add that would logically make sense from a survivor's point of view. And we will continue to get updates shortly, so things like the power, the perks, release dates, PTBs, that's all going to come in time, but this was just our first kind of a look at the chapter. Other things talked about as far as game mechanics go, I'll try and give you guys a quick recap. Some of the bigger ones that stood out to me were bulk blood point spending. So they said that you'd be able to spend millions of blood points in a matter of seconds. That's coming soon. They also mentioned the 2v8 wait queues and how you'd be able to play games in the queue. So while you're waiting for a game of 2v8, you can queue up like a skirmish or a custom game and run around a map, or play kind of like a fake game, kind of like Overwatch. Overwatch has like a skirmish, like play while you wait game mode. So they were talking about adding that for the ridiculous 2v8 killer queues, as well as the inclusion of other game modes such as Chaos Shuffle or 2v8 going into custom. So you're now going to be able to play 2v8 with your friends. There were a ton of other mechanics that were mentioned, but they've kind of already been touched on. Behavior has already released their roadmap for these quality of life changes. They've previously started to roll out phase 1, and they kind of just went over phase 2 today, which included a lot of the stuff that I talked about right now. Moving on, the next game mode modifier that we're getting is Chaos Shuffle, and it's coming with a Witcher 3 tome, as well as a few skins. So, looks like we got a skin for Vittorio, where he is Geralt of Rivia from The Witcher 3. And he's going to have custom voice lines, I believe they said, as well as this very suggestive banner with the dogs out. Yeah, that's an interesting one. We're also going to be getting Kate cosplaying as Yennefer from The Witcher. We're getting Sable cosplaying Ciri, which is, oh my god, oh my god. There's also Michaela cosplaying Triss, which is another cool one I like a lot. And we got some killer skins as well. So we got the Artist as the Leshen, so this one's pretty sick too. And my personal favorite of the entire collection, the Knight as Eridan. And I mean, this one is just absolutely insane. I've been waiting for a cosmetic like this for the Knight for a long time, giving some Skull Knight vibes from Berserk, so W. We're also getting a skin for Lara Croft. We're getting, in addition to the Lara Croft collection, the Tomb Raider, we're getting 2 new skins, but they only showed us one, and Gooners Rejoice. It's her original cosmetic from the games. This is a skin I've been wanting for a while, and oh my god, it is stunning. So, yeah, it looks really good. We're also getting 2 killer outfits from the Boulet brothers collection, who, according to Google, are 2 drag artists as well as television personalities. So this first Huntress skin, I guess, is based off of a cosmetic from one of their shows. I'm not too sure on this one. Maybe you guys can let me know down in the comments, but oh my god, it is insane, bro. It is insane. Look at this. Huge win for the Gooners out there, I'm not gonna lie. Not to mention this artist skin, which I think is supposed to be one of the Boulet brothers themselves, or maybe a combination of the two. I can't really tell. I don't know the lore too well, but this one looks pretty sick too, I'm not gonna lie. And then after Five Nights at Freddy's, it looks like we got 2 new survivors coming up on the roadmap, licensed survivors, which Behavior themselves said that they were teasing a lot during this live stream. And I mean, this could be anyone, but I have 3 main guesses as to who it is. I would love for it to be Joel and Ellie from The Last of Us. I think that would be very sick. They could do Ellie from The Last of Us 2 and age her up so she's not a child in the game. They could also do maybe like a Walking Dead chapter, so maybe like Rick Grimes, Carl Grimes, Daryl. There's a lot of characters for them to pull from, honestly, with The Walking Dead. People seem to think that it's going to be Rick and Michonne because the roadmap, I guess you can decipher it to spell out the ones who live. But I also have another theory. They did say Supernatural a shit ton this stream, so I'm thinking it could be Sam and Dean Winchester from Supernatural. So let me know what you guys think about that. I personally think that that's the most plausible, considering how much they said the word Supernatural, how many times they were using it. I believe that's probably what it's going to be. So I called it. I'm here first, saying it now, so I called it. Then after that, we're getting another original chapter with a new killer and new survivor. No new map there. And then later on in November, we're going to get another licensed chapter. So who knows, this one could be new killer and 2 new survivors. Maybe this one will be The Last of Us. Maybe the killer will be one of those mutated clicker things, whatever the fuck they're called. Going into next year, we're going to have another chapter. I can't recall which one exactly it was, but they did say that one of these was going to be based on Japanese folklore. And they said that this was going to be the most goriest chapter that we've ever gotten. So I'm very much looking forward to that. I don't know too much about Japanese folklore, so those of you in the comments who are well informed, be sure to let me know. I mean, who do you guys think this could be? Especially to get a survivor too, a killer and a survivor in Japanese folklore. I'm not so sure, so let me know. They mentioned some other games that they're working on. Oh, as well as the casting of Frank Stone. We're gonna get the casting of Frank Stone coming to DBD. So we're gonna get a skin for the Trapper, a legendary skin for the Trapper, where it's the ascended Frank Stone when he turns into like a spirit demon. If you didn't play that game, don't sweat it too much. It wasn't anything crazy. You didn't miss much. But we are getting a legendary skin, so I thought that was kind of cool. But if you did want to play the casting of Frank Stone, they said it's going to be 80% off, so go wild. I mean, it's a fun game to knock out in like a day. I personally didn't like it too much, but I know a lot of people who did. So I think it's good to know the lore and catch up on some of the lore of Dead by Daylight. There were definitely a lot of cool moments in there that tie into the game that I was like, oh, hey, I know that sound effect, or oh, that's why that's how it is. You know, things like that. Definitely a lot of Easter eggs with that game. The last really major thing they touched on was a choose your own chapter. And I guess this is supposed to work kind of like a choose your own adventure book, where they're going to have the community basically design a killer. So everything down to the background, the weapon, the killer power, the visual design. There's going to be community voting. Think of like Minecraft mob voting. There's going to be community voting where we're going to have some kind of input as to what goes on behind the scenes. And they said that they were doing this because they wanted the community to see what goes into making a chapter. Honestly, I kind of took that as, hey, we're tired of you guys complaining about the chapters, so motherfucker, this is how long it takes to make one, and this is all the shit we have to do. So I think the devs are trying to get a little respect from the community there and saying, look at the shit that we got to do for your bitch ass to act the way you do. But yeah, it looks like this next year is going to be huge, dude. What are we, 9 years now? Jesus Christ. Lots of upcoming licensed content as well as original content. Some of the biggest collaborations ever, it seems like, assuming that we're getting Five Nights at Freddy's and Supernatural. Can't wait to hear Jensen Ackles in the fog, hopefully. But let me know what you guys think about FNAF. And yeah, I don't think we're getting any of the animatronics as playable characters. Maybe skins, but they're in the map, so I thought that was really cool. I honestly think that's a very good way to go about the dilemma of, oh, do we add Springtrap? Do we add the animatronics? Well, now the animatronics are going to be on the map because it's the pizzeria, and I'm honestly surprised that I didn't hear this mentioned more. So I mean, it seems like a pretty good way to get around all the bullshit that you'd get from the community, the backlash. As always, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I actually really want to hear your guys' takes, what you guys are expecting from these chapters. Which one's your favorite? I mean, I assume most of you are going to say FNAF, but you guys might surprise me. Which one seems to be your favorite? Maybe from the cosmetic collaborations, which one's going to be your favorite collection? I personally really like the Witcher one, man. I wasn't the biggest fan of the Witcher, but I did watch the show and I did see a little bit of the Witcher 3 gameplay, and I really like that Ciri Sable skin. A lot of those skins are great. Also, the Lara Croft skin is beautiful. So let me know what you guys think. Take care and follow the Twitch. Love you guys. Peace out.